Hey, Brad Kearns here, introducing you to one of the coolest videos you're ever gonna see. A world record holding athlete, Kristy Matthews, the fastest female ever over age 50 in the 400 meters, one lap around the track, takes us around the track and tells us what's going through her mind and what she's doing with her body every distinct phase of the race. This is a master class on racing the 400 meters. I hope you're gonna try one yourself, even if it's just for fun at the neighborhood track. But even if you're not an athlete, even if you're not a track and field runner, this is fascinating to have the athlete walk us through what it's like at the very top level, racing the 400 meters. That's one lap around the track. Kristy Matthews is gonna walk us through it because we can't keep up if she's running. Kristy Matthews, world record holder, women's 50 plus 400 meters. On your marks, set, go!
No, Brad, I think after yesterday, I've deserved a chance, take a break. Let's just walk through this 400.
Let's walk through what happens in a 400 meter race for Kristy Matthews and every other competitor. And one thing I'll say about the 400, it's the toughest event in track and field, maybe in all of sports.
I think the 400 meter hurdles might have a good run for that money, but I'm not even gonna deal with that right now.
You're off.
I'm off.
Onto the curve.
I'm on the curve.
The first 100 meters is run on the curve approximately, and then you come into a straight. So what's going on in that first 100?
This is the hardest part of the race for me. I know other people might think it's the last 100 meters, but the first 100 meters is the hardest part for me because as an 800 meter runner, it's the explosiveness that I've had to transition to in doing the sprint. So this whole time here, I'm thinking, get out and get around this curve. Do not rely on my stride so much, but rely on my turnover. And I am really trying to, bring my foot down and sprint like a sprinter should, not like a mid-distance runner runs. But this is where I'm really trying to become a sprinter. So that's what I'm going to do when I'm coming around this curve, and I'm using the curve kind of as momentum a little bit too sometimes, but it's all about focus for me. That's what the first 100 is for me.
Now, you were talking about relying on your frequency instead of your stride length because you're trying to get up to speed, right?
Yes.
So you're really just exploding out of the blocks and moving those feet.
Yes, that's what I'm working on right here.
Are you going pretty much full out in terms of energy output?
No, I'd say maybe 95, because it's a 400. I know it's coming. I'm not completely out of my mind. So when I come out here's where I transition more to my 800 meter runner. Now I'm floating. Now I have kind of lengthened my stride out a little bit. I'm doing a body check here too. I'm checking to see, kind of how my body's feeling, making sure to tell myself to stay relaxed, stay up, don't tense up. And I'm also right here, if I'm in a race with competitors, I'm checking to see kind of where I'm at in regards to their location, especially if I know someone in the race is faster than me. I want to make sure that I stay kind of within range of them because they're going to pull me through that first 200. So that's what I want. Because again, the first part of the race is a little bit harder for me coming from an 800 meter background. That's what I'm doing right here. I'm thinking right here.
Now, unlike a distance runner where each race is so different or potentially different, you're not really varying your strategy or your pace over the season and all the 400s you run. You're pretty much floating on this straightaway. You're not going to kill yourself even if there is a faster runner.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If there is a little bit of a faster runner, because I will rely on my endurance as an 800 meter runner, I will pick it up a little bit. I don't ever want to be that far out of range. I don't want to get too far behind. So I do adjustments. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking on that. While I'm floating, I'm thinking where I need to be. Do I need to pick it up? Do I need to relax a little bit? That's what I'm doing. Because when I get here, I literally have a mental kind of moment here, a mental come to Jesus moment. Because what I tell myself, I'm saying, get ready. This is my get ready. This top of this curve, going into this curve.
This 4 represents the halfway point because you're in lane 4.
Yeah.
Notice that this is the halfway point for 5, this is for 6, but you just hit halfway. You probably get a split oftentimes to see how you're doing at 4. Are you looking for a certain split?
To run the 58, I'm looking for a 28 or better. So
That's like American record pace, by the way, for the 200 itself, and she's got to finish going around the track.
yes, when I'm here, this is where I tell myself, you know, gear up, get ready. And now here's where I start using my upper body. I have done a lot of work, more so in college. I mean, I should say less in college, more so now as a master's runner. College, I didn't even go to the weight room in college. But now I realize how important it is to strengthen your core and your upper body, because this part here to the top of that curve is what made all the difference when it comes to running a 60 and a 58. And I figured it out for myself. This is where my upper body carried me through. And I am thinking about pumping my arms, and instead of dreading this curve, I'm attacking the curve. That has made all the difference in the world. I am pushing through the curve. I mean, I am like push, 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 push. Forget all what just happened, right? I'm push, 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 push through it. It's like a tunnel that I'm digging through right here. And I'm using all of my upper body strength. And so when I come around, get to that curve, now instead of technically kind of dying, I mean, I am going slower because I burnt up, you know, some of but I am not going as slow, and I'm still being aggressive. That's the key. I am being aggressive here, but it's more upper body. So now when I come here, this is my favorite part of the race. This is the easiest part for me, being an endurance, more of an endurance runner. This is the easiest part. Here is where I put it all together. My arms are pumping, I'm engaging my core. Now I'm thinking about bringing my legs really back to that sprinter mentality that I had at the beginning, because now I'm thinking about lifting my knees and pushing down into the ground. I'm pushing, 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 pushing. And this is my, my gut check. I love this part of the race because I'm like, who's got it? Who's got it left? And like I said, coming from more of a mid-distance athlete, this is where you show, where you're strong. Who's gonna make it? I'll push through it. Another thing I do right here, I would say, once I get out that corner, I do another check. I check to see where my head is at. I see this mistake a lot with 400-meter runners, especially those that haven't run it a lot or trying to get better. What you see is their body starts to tense up, and this chest starts to come out, and the arms start to go out this way, and the head starts to go up. I am very conscientiously checking myself to make sure that my head is I'm looking down this way. I am never going to be doing this, or even I'm purposely looking kind of like a 45-degree angle in front of me. And that's what I'm looking for, because I want my whole body to be still propelling forward. I want to be up high. I want to be looking down. I want my arms pumping, and I'm looking down, and then I'm pushing, 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 pushing. When I finish my race, I don't want to look like I've lost my form. I tell you something, form is everything. Even when you think you're tired, if you can hold on to your form, that's gonna get you through. I never want to break form. And it's funny because yesterday we had that 4x4. They put me on anchor. Now I'm the oldest. You know why I got put on anchor, they told me? They said, because Kristy, you don't break form. You stay calm and focused, and you don't panic, and it doesn't reflect in the way you run. And I practice that. Form is everything. That's what's gonna carry you through.